Before you ask, no, that wasn't me. I know sometimes I look like a thick ass black guy, but no. Sorry. I just want to take a moment to rant about why cops suck ass and are shit as fuck. But I will acknowledge that there are some good cops and props to them because holy shit, if it wasn't for you guys, then there'd probably be an entire association dedicated to murking the fuck out of y'all. But yeah, fuck cops.
I'm just asking, it's against the law to have your car running.
Yeah, if you have another unit, that'd be great.
That's all I'm asking.
It is against the law to have your car running when you're not in it.
Oh, I'm standing right there, though, sir.
I understand that.
With 5 black teenagers to stop.
Hey, stop that car!
As the
Or I just wanted to know if you should be put back 76 to Command and Circle or to the
Officer, did I confuse that?
subject's address.
I'm scared.
Copy. 23 back on that town property case. Copy 76 to the...
Okay, I'll admit that was a little dramatic for what I'm about to rant about, but it is going to help make it so that what I'm going to say is a little more believable, so you're not over here calling BS on everything I say just because some of it sounds pretty bad. But now that you saw that, there's no way. By the way, about like 85% of the encounters I had were terrible, so this is not like some oddball crap that happened to me. But before I give you the stories, let me just give you some background insight on the way I'm thinking, so that you don't just like be like, you're irrational as hell. No, I'm not. If you do something illegal, yes, you're liable for the consequences, but at the same time, you should keep in mind where you are and what time you're doing something. Like a rational cause and effect. If you did something in like broad daylight, then that's different than doing it when there's nobody around. If you're just speeding, if you're doing it in traffic, like yeah, you're fucking causing harm. And you should see what the officer's intent is. If he's over here trying to serve and protect, or if he's just being a dick and policing for profit. Anyway, I'll give you 3 stories, maybe more, later. Let's just start with the first. So I've always been like hella broke and lived in like mostly ghetto-ish areas, but shit turned around and me and my family moved into this place called Windcrest. I don't live there anymore because fuck you, that's why. But one day, me, my brother, and my friend with an afro, just gotta include that in there because we're heading to my house, and as soon as I open the door, we notice there's this fat bitch that parked right across the street and decides to call the cops and say that we're breaking in. And like 2 seconds later, like dead ass 2 seconds, I'm like, what the fuck? 2 cops are fucking there, and they're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, bro, I live here. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to see some ID. I was like, bro, you just fucking saw me open the fucking door and I walked in. But anyway, here, this is my ID. And, has your address and shit. It's a valid ID. And I was like, okay. And then this nigga, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna need some other proof of, you being here. And I'm like, well, I don't have any. So, you could fuck off. No, I didn't say that. But then he's like, oh, okay, you don't have anything else? So I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go inside now. And this motherfucker stayed outside for a whole hour, like just watching the house. And yeah, anyways, that's it. That's that story. You're probably sitting there like,
Wow, yeah, you're just being a little bitch.
but no, for real, the shit pissed me off. The second story actually gets a little bit more heated. I was driving, it was like 3 or 4 a.m., right? The roads are empty as fuck. Like, there's nothing in there, just like my DMs. Anyway, so yes, I sped a little bit. I get pulled over and I'm like, fuck. So I roll down my window, I'm like, bro, I'm so sorry. And this motherfucker interrupts me and says, do you speak English? And I'm like, who the fuck? Okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna say anything because I don't want to take it. But you know what? I'm gonna keep my cool. Maybe he's just tripping right now. Everything's fine. And then after I give him all my shit, my ID, blah, 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 and it's a valid ID again. And this nigga asked me for my fucking social security number. Bruh, you can't tell me this nigga is not racist. So, and then after that, he asked me why I haven't renewed my license. That expires in like 9 months from that day. I'm like, are you for real? That ass? Like, yeah, I'm just saying, if you give a nigga a ticket at like 3:30 a.m. with no fucking traffic and I'm not doing any stupid shit like drifting or something, I'm just staying in the fast lane on the highway, you're a piece of shit, kill yourself. And for the last story, I just need to relax everybody's cheeks because, you're getting into some really straight up racist shit that I've been saying for a while now, and you're probably over here heated as hell or probably just calling bullshit on everything. So I'm just going to try to chill with that. So it's like 6 a.m. in the morning, tired as hell, I'm waking up. I took my brother, me, and his girlfriend, all in the rental van I had at the time, carpooling to head to work. I'm just maintaining this slow ass highway speed so that I don't get pulled over because I'm tired of getting a whole bunch of tickets and dealing with all this whole crap just to get it off my record. And yeah, so I'm like, you know what, this is fine. And I think like the max I ever hit was like 74 miles per hour and the speed limit was like 70. So yeah, you know, I was like, nah, ain't nobody gonna pull me over because everybody was fucking passing me. Like there's a semi truck in the slow lane passing me. And I was like, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. And then a cop gets behind me. And I'm like, what the fuck? He starts writing me a ticket and he asked me, was like, why were you going so fast? And I was like, bro, you got me fucked up. Get the fuck out. And so then I was just like, you know what? No, fuck off. I wasn't going fast. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's literally, bro, traffic was passing me. Fuck off. And then this thing was like, okay. Gives me a fucking ticket. And right before he leaves, he says, maybe you just didn't know you were speeding because you're so used to your slow ass BRZ. Yeah, fuck cops.